Hello everyone. So today we are going to start chapter 4, that is agriculture. Okay. So let's start. Agriculture is the practice of cultivating plants and rearing animals to provide food and other products to sustain life. Means agriculture is a thing which means practicing or cultivating plants or keeping animals, means rearing animals for food and other products like dairy, milk and other to support the life, means sustain life. The history of agriculture dates back thousands of years, means the agriculture has been started from back to the thousand of years ago. Okay, means around 12,000 to 15,000 year ago, some group of people made the transition from hunting and gathering to a settled life based on growing crops. Means a group of people around 12,000 to 15,000 years ago, they had decided to settled a life on growing crops instead of hunting and gathering. Okay, the earliest evidence of agriculture has come from the Levant region of Southwest Asia. Means there is a region named as Levant. Okay, and that is the earliest evidence found, and it is situated in Southwest Asia. The people here grew a wild form of barley, different kind of millets and rice. They also started domesticating animals like goat and sheep. Means the people grow a wild form of barley. Barley is a kind of food, and different kinds of millets and rice. Okay, so these are all crops, okay, which is used as a food for human beings. So they also started domesticating animals like goat and sheep for meat and milk. And over the next few thousand years, the practice of agriculture is spread across the world, and slowly it takes around few thousand of years ago to spread across the world. Thereafter, agriculture continues to be major occupation, with more than 40% of the world population directly depend on it for their livelihood. Means after that, around 40% of the whole world population is directly dependent on agriculture for sustaining or for supporting their life for livelihoods. Okay. So now what are the factors which influencing agriculture? So there are several factors that influence agriculture. These factors decides what crop can be grown in a region, how high the yield will be, and the system of farming that can be adopted in the region. Means factor is something through which we can decide that how much crops we can grow and what type of farming we have to adopt in the region, means we have to use in the region. Okay, so the factors are, first of all, soil. The soil of a region determines the type of grown here, means the type of soil, whether it is red soil, alluvial soil, black soil. Okay, so different kinds of soil has been there, and these different kinds of soil will determine the types of grown should be there. After that, while some crops like rice and cotton grow well in clay soil, and other crops like wheat needed a well drained soil. Okay, so as you can see that clay soil has been used to grow rice and cotton, while the well drained soil will be used to grow wheat. Okay, WHEAT. The fertility of a soil also affect the yield of the crop. Rich alluvial soil give a high yield of crops. Soil low in fertility need heavy input of fertilizer before they can give a good yield. Means the fertility of soil has been affect the yield of crop. Means the how much crops we can just get from a particular region it has been depend on the fertility of soil. Like if the soil is rich alluvial soil, the crop fertility is very high and the high yield of crops is getting. Soils low in fertility needs heavy input of fertilizer before they can give a good yield. Means those soil which have a very low fertility, they needs a lot of fertilizer to grow their fertility, and thereafter they can give a good yield. Okay. After that, we will go for the climate. So the temperature of the place and the amount of rainfall it gets are the key factor in deciding the nature of crops grown in that. Means what kind of temperature in a particular area have, or what amount of rainfall it gets. These are the things which decide what kind of crops we should grow on that particular area. So let's go to the next page. Okay, so crop like wheat need a cool, dry growing period, while crop like rice need a hot, wet climate. Means the crop which have a very cool, dry region, we used to grow wheat over there, and the places which is hot and wet, we used to grow rice crop over there. Thereafter, hot, wet climates allow farmers to grow two crops in the same field. Means hot wet climates will allow the farmers to grow two crops in the same field. Means in the same field, if they want to grow rice and thereafter some other crops, they can also grow. Okay, they can be either two main crops like rice and wheat, or a main crop followed by the cover crop. Okay, so cover crop is something which is used to grow the fertility of the soil. However, in however, in cold places, farmers are usually only able to grow one crop in a year during the short summer months. Means in a cold places, the farmer usually get to grow only one crop in a year because there has been a very short summer season. Okay. Then we will go for the nature of the terrain. So mountains and hilly areas are better for the cultivation of certain crops like tea and coffee, which need well-drained soil. Means just if you want to grow a crop like tea and coffee, you should just grow it on the mountain and hilly areas, as these kind of soil have a lot of well drained. Means they have rich in water and minerals. However, the plains are better suited for crops like rice and cotton, which need moisture to be retained for the long in the soil for better growth. Means, and in the plains, the rice, cotton, these kind of crops has been very good for the growth because they need a long period of water retentivity for their better growth. Then hilly areas with pastures are usually better suited to the rearing of animals. Means in the hilly areas they used to rear animal. Okay, they keep animal for the dairy products and milk and meat. Then we go for the distance from the market. Means the farm producing perishable crops like vegetables and those rearing cattle from the dairy industries are usually located near cities and towns, as these products need to be consumed within a few days. Means if there is a vegetables or there is a rearing cattle products like egg or something, okay, so these things we should these things will get drained in a few days. Okay, means they will getting rotten. So if the places will be near to the cities, I mean the market, it will be near from your crop or from your farmhouse, then it should be better to consume the crop within a few days. Okay, then that's why we can say that the vegetables and some rearing cattle stick like eggs and all should not be very far away from the market. And the crops like grains and millets, they don't need any kind of close to their market, as they can survive for a long period of time. Thereafter, we will go for the types of agriculture. So there are some different types of agriculture which has been there. The one is shifting farming. Okay, so what is shifting farming? So it is the one primitive type of agriculture which is mostly used in the forest region. Okay, means the places where there has been forest area, this type of shifting farming has been used, where farmers prepare the field by themselves by burning down the patches of trees. The ashes from the burned trees add to the fertility of the soil. Means first they used to burn down a specific area, and thereafter the ashes from the burned tree they add the fertility to the soil. Thereafter they start cultivation over there, and after cultivating the crops, they just used to get to the other place. Okay, they just change their specific area time to time. So the farmer then abandon this plot of land and clear another patch of land for cultivation. And this form of farming is called slash and burn agriculture. In India, it is mainly known as jhum cultivation. Okay. It is also practiced in Amazon basin and in parts of Southeast Asia. Okay, like in the Southeast Asia, this kind of agriculture has been practiced, and rice, maize, cassava, tapioca, and these kind of crops should be grown in this way. So shifting agriculture has been associated with the widespread destruction of rainforest and tropical forest. Thereafter, we can go for the subsistence farming. Subsistence farming is something which is practiced on the small plot of land. If you have small plot of land, you will go for the subsistence farming. Just enough crops to meet the need of a family. Okay. So as you can see, his or her household means they're only a small family. If you have a small family and have a couple acres of couple bigha of land or plots, then you can go for the subsistence farming. Okay, there is not enough produce left over for sale. Means there is nothing left for the sale. The farmer used to grow the crops and eat and live their life. The farmer used simple tools like the wooden plough for plugging the lands and sickle for harvesting the crop. Use of chemical fertilizer and high yielding seed is minimal as subsistence farming cannot afford to buy these. Means they only used to the plugging for plugging purposes. They use the wooden plugs, and though they don't use or invest money on chemical fertilizer and other things because they can't afford it. Okay, so subsistence farming is mainly practiced in India and Africa. Thereafter, we can go for the intensive farming. So in this type of farming, the plots of land are small, but the farmer uses fertilizer and high quality seeds to get maximum yield of the small plot. Means in this intensive farming, the plots of land are small, but instead of being a small plot, the farmer use a fertilizer and very high quality seed to get the maximum crops from the small plot. Irrigation is also practiced. Irrigation means just giving the water, means supplying water to the crops. The surplus produce is sold for profit, means the extra crops has been produced to sold for profit. And in say intensive farming is practiced in Southeast Asia where farms are small due to a dense population. Means in the Southeast Asia the population is dense, that's why they use a small plots with high yielding facilities. And the main thing is they have a lot of abundant rainfall and fertile soil in their area, and rice is the main crop grown by this method. Thereafter, today's last topic is your extensive commercial farming. So extensive or commercial farming is characterized by huge farm size and a large number of inputs like fertilizer, machineries and irrigation. Means extensive or commercial farming mainly used by a huge farm size. Means if you have a lot of big plots and all, and you have a very big farm size, so that for that purpose you will go for the extensive or commercial farming where you will use fertilizer, machineries and irrigation. Means supplying a crop by different methods. I mean supplying water to the crops by different methods. Then crops are grown on a very large scale with a sole purpose of selling to earn profits. Means here the crops has been grown just for selling and earn profit. Okay, not for sustaining their life or livelihood their own family. The farms are modernized and crops are harvested using machines. Means the farms of extensive farming are very modern with modern techniques, and they used to harvest their crop by using machine. The produce is transported immediately to market or to cold storage. Wheat and maize are the main crop grown through extensive method. Means the crops which has been produced through the extensive farming, they used to transport immediately to the market or to the cold storage. Okay, and wheat and maize are the main crops which has been grow through extensive method. Extensive agriculture also include ranching. Ranching means the raising of livestock on very large farm. Means extensive agriculture means raising the livestock of very large farm. Thereafter, we can see the extensive farming is practiced in a central part of the USA, Brazil, Argentina, and part of Europe and China. Means extensive farming is mainly used in these places, like some places of USA, Brazil, Argentina, and some part of Europe and China. Okay, so today we are going to close our class in extensive farming. Okay, thereafter in our next class we are going to start from the plantation farming. Thank you.